Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. In this video, we are going to build a to-do app using the React step by step. This project is specially for those who are comfortable with the UI and components in the React and but get stuck when the actual logic start, like passing the props, handling the state, editing, deleting, and understanding where things should live. So this we will start by breaking the app into the component, then slowly connect everything together so that the data flow actually makes sense. I will focus on more on the thinking process, not just writing the code. And by the end of this video, you will not just have a working to-do app, you will understand why it is work. So before starting writing the actual code in the React, and we first look into the app to-do app by using the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I already built this video on my YouTube channel, so you can refer this. But here the main part is I have only three files: index.html, script.js, and style.css. And in this single index.html file, I have the form tag for the adding the input, like I just add and click this and see this is just in new to do is add here in this uh, website in this list. So but here the script tag is, if you see here, we are manipulating the DOM at the bottom of this, means depth of this DOM, means we are getting the apply the add event listener here, or creating the element by using this dot create element and apply the class name dataset, means everything is in the low level on the Java by using the vanilla JavaScript. But this time we use the React.js, so we can able to, means we are not able, means we do not need to write the basic code by using this vanilla JavaScript. We can use the React components and other things, and divide the components into the two part: the form tag, the form component, and the list component. Not I am not able not write in this video a single file. I means you will see how to make the components. So before wasting any time, so let's start. First let me close this. So this is a basic React app. I already installed in by using the npm create wait at the rate latest my app. And you can also means I will give you the command, you can write it. So this is basic React app. For first let's start by writing the code from the app.jsx. In this first I am writing h1 tag, a to do's for the heading here in this, and also give the class not class name app, and also connect the import dot slash app dot css file for the styling. Now first I have to make a new component called the to do app. This is the center of the all the to dos, means everything logic comes for the editing, deleting, or updating the UI, or means passing the rendering the element to dos in the list. All things are going from this file, means to do app. So let's connect here this to do app, and perfect. And let me give the class here. The class name is the, let's say, title. And so let me first give the styling for this basic styling of this dot app, and for the app just write display flex and flex direction column, and align item center for the middle of the, means center of the page, and give the padding here the 25 pixel from all the sides, and background color here I'm giving the green color 427 A43, perfect. And also give the minimum height 100 VH. Perfect. And let's give this some styling to this title. uh, Here the title, give the margin of the 20 pixel from top button, 0 from the left right, and also give the font size, increase the font size here 2.5 rem. Perfect. And now let's move to the Todo app, this Todo app component, and inside this I have to define the two components, because I already tell you we are dividing this Todos into the two part, means the form component and the list component. So first make the two files, Todo uh, input.jsx, and next one is it Todo next list dot JSX. Now inside this RFC, means this is the short form for writing the functional component, arrow functional component, and next one is the to-do list RFC React arrow function export component to-do list. Now let's connect both here the to-do input form tag. Next one is the to-do list. This means rendering the UI. Now first come to the to-do input. First I am making the means building the UI of this app, not means actually just a short UI. For that I need let's say the form tag here, and inside the form I need a simple input and a button add. So in this form just give the class to do form, and inside this input class to do input, and inside this button give the class name add button. Now let's style these. Where is my app.css file? Perfect. Now let's style the to do form and to do input, yes, and the last one is the dot add btn. So for first and the styling for this to do input is the background color none, already none, it is already means nothing here in this. Border is the let's say none, and outline also none, not required, and color means text color is the black, already black, but for the make sure I'm just giving, and font size is the 18 pixel standard font size, and also give the flex one so it takes the whole weight of the, and give the add button to the required weight only. Now let's design the add button. Here the also border none, and background color here is the white, and okay, I have to give the border, not the background. Border none, okay, what happened? And the font size here same like the input, the 18 pixel, and the padding, let's give the padding 0 from top bottom, 10 pixel from left right. Now let's give the design this also make some this background color white, this form tag, and inside this let's say border bottom 1 pixel solid, and black, and give the let's say padding of 15 pixel, and the display flex, and justify content space between. Perfect. And also align item center. So let's see here. Let's perfect. Also give see some border radius 5 pixel. Now it's look normal. Perfect. Now our input to do input is ready by means styling is ready. Now let's style the to-do list. Means if first I am giving the making a demo to do here inside this. For that div, and inside this I have a paragraph tag for the to do text, and also I have two button for the edit and the delete. Not button, not begin. Button is the delete. DELET. Yes, perfect. Now let's give the class name here. The class is the to do item. This one is the class name to do text, and this one is the class name, let's say the button group, because there's div class name btn group, and here this I am giving the two classes here. In this one for the btn for the both buttons edit and delete, and second one is the edit btn, and here also class name btn for both, delete btn for this delete button. Now let's apply some styling on this. Where is my app.css? Yes. And now first one is the to do item. To do item, inside this first I have to give the display flex. Every time you have to write the display flex, there is no other option for you. Either display grid, either display flex. Space between. Why it is not working? Okay, I write to do items. Not items is perfect. Yes. And align items center. Perfect. And background colors is the light green. I'm giving light green for 6F8F72 light green. And now next one is the padding is the 15 pixel, and border radius is the 5 pixel, and margin is the 20 pixel from top button, and left right 0. Perfect. Now give the styling to this to do text. Here font size is the 18 pixel. Perfect. Only to font size is enough. I'm not going into the styling part more. Now dot btn btn group and btn. Okay, so first give the btn padding for the both buttons are 7 pixel top bottom, 10 pixel left right. Perfect. Border none, not required. Border radius is required, must it increase the UI. Font size is the 14 pixel, and cursor here the pointer, and perfect. And I have to give the space between the two buttons, I have two options. Either give the margin edit or delete button, or either give the dot this external div means dot group the class button group, and here just write display flex and give the gap of 10 pixel. This is the second way, and this is the most reliable way to add the gap between the two elements. Now let's give the edit btn, and this is just for the style means color yellow, and next one is the dot delete btn, and here the BGC background color red, perfect, and also give the color white. Now looks good. So all the means to-dos are come in this format. There is no means need to give the any other. Now let's come to the main part, the functionality. This first one is the to-do input. Means first I have to take the input value from this input field. For that, let's make a variable, a const input value, and set the value, set input value equal to useState. And this is means by using the useState, I have no other option to means I have to use the useState for the taking the value, storing the value, and the setter function it also already gave. And now let's move to the input. Here the type is text, placeholder, enter a to-do, and here value is the input value, and apply a event on change, set input value, it takes the value event dot target dot value. Now I am able to get the value in this input variable, and this button is a type button, type is submit, and on this form on submit just write handle form submit, and declare a const handle form submit, a arrow function inside this. And now when I get the value, first I have to prevent to reloading, event dot prevent default, and this is the capital one, the smaller one, and I get the already value input value. First I have to check whether this input value is the empty or not. Means if any input value is dot trim also means someone gives the empty space trailing, so that's why I have to write here the trim. If it is the empty, return, then just return. Perfect. Now let's make a new to do. Const new to do is an object, and inside this new to do I have to need two things. First one is the ID, second one is the to do text. And IDs for this, when we select the editor for the editing or deleting these to do, how can I select? For that I need a ID, and ID comes from the date dot now, and text is the this input value. Now let's see whether new to do our this working is or not. Milk I click the enter. Okay, I get it. Let's open the developer tools. Instead of this console.log, new to do, open this. I just press the add. I get the value ID and text is the mail. Perfect. Now means I am getting the value from this input field and able to submit the value. But where to store this value? I am using the local storage for storing the values inside, means browser storage, local storage for storing these to-dos items. Now let's come to the to-do app. This is the, I already tell you, this is the main part of this core of this project, means everything comes here. First I have to retrieve the value const to-do list set to-do list, and inside this just make a normal variable useState, but our to-do list is an array form, so that and our initial value here is the comes from the local storage. For that I have to write a arrow function here, and first retrieve the value const stored and to-dos equal to local storage dot get item and get item by to-dos. If nothing comes, means first I am retrieving the value of stored to-dos from the local storage, and see this is the arrow, means arrow function. I have to return the value for giving the value. For that, return the value if store to-dos have some value, means any value in the local storage, then parse json.parse and this store to-dos, else give the blank array. There is no need to means give the anything, just give the blank array. This is the how we can retrieve the value from the local storage and store into the variable. Now let's write a function const handle add to do equal to a, it's take a value new to do and means arrow function basically. Now I have to set the new to do here, set to do list, and I am using the previous state version of this for setting the value to do list, previous to do list, and first I have to spread the whole list, then add the new to do in this list. Because this is the basic version of the adding a new value into the, because I have two options, either push the value means array.push method, either using this copy the value means first spread the value and then add the new value here in the JavaScript version basically. So this is the one, means when I push any value and I get the value, so console.log to do list. So let's see here, and also I have to pass this arrow function handle add to do into the in this handle in this to do input component for as a props, and for that just write add to do and pass this function handle add to do. And here how means first just retrieve the value from on. First I have to copy this because this is the case sensitive, and now after building this means after creating this new to do object on add to do, give the new to do here, and perfect. Now also set input value the blank empty string, and you can You can also make a alert, new to do created. Now whenever means on this add to do function, it takes the add to do object and comes here, and inside this function is called and add this to do, add into this to do list. Now let's see the preview whether this is come or not. First I have to clear my local storage, and now let's write here milk, and I am pressing add button. I get the new to do created, and I get the, okay, this is not the clear, I think. What happened? This is fine. Yes, now it is clear because this is taken from the HTML, CSS and JavaScript to do local storage. Now when I click on this, initially this is the empty array. When I click on this milk, means add this milk and add, click the enter, I get the new to do created and also get the value here. ID is the 1 2 3 4, means text is the milk, but this is not storage, means not going into the storage because I'm just right here console.log to do list. I'm not set the item into this local storage. For that I have to write a use effect. I have to use the use effect. Use effect is a hook. It runs when something is changed or when the app is loaded. Use effect, it takes an arrow function. It takes two things basically. First one is the arrow function, second one is the React dependency, means when to run this. So in this arrow function, just write local storage dot set item, and it take the key to do's, and second one is the value. Value is first I have to make it this stringify, because in the in the local storage we can store into this JSON format. For that, stringify, and it take the to-do list and it runs when the to-do list is changed. Whenever to-do list is changed, it runs this and store the value in the local storage. Now let's see one more time. When I run this, I add the milk, click the enter, new to do created, and see this local storage, I get the milk and with an ID. I set 5 p.m. HR meeting, press enter, new to do created, this and 5 p.m. HR meeting created. So this is the how we can store the element into the local storage and from our component. Now our storage is, means I am able to add into the local storage and add into this input. Now let's come to the to-do list, rendering the UI basically. For that I have to first pass something, means in this to-do list I have to pass this to-do list. So for that, as a props basically, to-dos, and pass this to-do list, not here, inside this bracket, to-do list. Now let's come to this to-do list component and get the value to-dos. Now inside this I'm getting the to-dos. First how can I render the value? For that I have to use the .map method in the JavaScript, and the basic rule in the React.js to render the any array or any array data, use the .map method. Now instead of writing this, just make it first I have to write the fragments. Inside this fragment write the curly braces, and inside this to-dos dot map, it takes an array function, a callback function basically, to-dos, a single to-do at a single time, and one more thing is you have to write here the round bracket, not the curly braces, because if you write the curly braces, you have to return the value. So this is the main point. Wait, I have to give, see this todos.map, and see this becomes the two value because it already has the two value. Now instead of the hard coded value, just write todo.text. todo.text. I have the it's come mail 5 p.m. HR meeting, and also I have to give the key value here in this, so that React can understand which value is which. todo.id, and it is useful here also. Now I am able to render the value. Like here I set 5 a.m. walk, press enter, new to do created, I get the 5 a.m. walk. As easily means a simple UI, pure smooth UI. I am able to add the value. Now let's come to the delete value, means delete any button or delete any to do. Now for that, let's come to the main part, Todo App. For that, write a const handle delete to do. It's taken to do ID. Means how can I delete? I need that ID for ID of the that to do. For that, deleting any to do, I need a filter method. Means filter method. What filter method do? It's filter out that that matches. So for that, set to do list. It again take the previous to do list, and inside this right here previous to do list dot filter, and previous to do list dot filter, and right here every time this take a single to do, and when to do dot id is not equal to do id, then give into the store into the to do list, else remove that, filter out that basically, and also pass this on delete to do equal to this handle delete to do function. Means here in the to do list, yes, on this delete button, whenever I click, means on click event, it call the arrow function. Means whenever we have to pass the value, any data, we have to pass here the we have to make it to arrow function. Means don't call the function directly. So this is a good practice. Also I have to first write here get the value on delete to do, and call here, and it's take the value to do dot id. So it's take the value to do dot id whenever I click on this. See, I click on the delete, everything is delete from this. I just press new to do created 1 2 3 4 5 6, when this is created 7 8 6 2. See, everything is I am able to add, read, and delete. Perfect. Now it is working fine. STFG. So now let's come to the update. This is the main part of this video, updating and today, because this take the some more advanced logic inside this. Instead means I have to write here also this change the UI also here. When I delete the function, means delete, click on this delete button, where this value, means I need an input field for the typing. For that I need the rendering these based on the condition. Means whenever click on this edit button, it's take out the value of editing id, editing to do id set editing to do id equal to use state. Initially it is null, and also take out that text also, editing text set editing text, and use state, it is an empty at initial time. So whenever I click on this edit button, on click, it passes whole to do, and means it pass whole to do to an a function. On click, it's take arrow function because we are passing passing this to do complete. On handle start edit, and it's take the complete to do, and here const handle, okay, handle start edit, an arrow function, it's take the whole to do. Now set the editing text by to do text, and set the to do id by to do dot id. Means I just give the editing text and editing to do id here. Means whenever I get the editing value, then I have to render based on this. So for that, instead of writing here normal div, first let me take out here and comment here. Now render based on this, whether this to do is editing or not. For that, if editing to do id is not equal to do dot id, then do something else, do something. Now let's give this comment here and comment. What happened? Okay, I have to write into the fragments because every single time we have to pass only one. Also here, let me, now let's perfect edit. Means whenever editing to do id has something value, it while rendering these to do's, it check whether this is equal to, it has something value equal to do id, then it render this edit, else normal this comes, like here when I press edit, it's come to the normal edit, this paragraph tag. And inside this, when editing head id has something value, for that give the fragment first, and first I have to make it input, and this input take the value. First I have to give the edit inp, and this type is also a text, and here value is this editing text, not the normal one. And on change, let's say set editing text to the e.target.value. This is here is the event basically. So let's see editing, I get the event input and I get the value here the same. Now in how to submit, for that I need two buttons, the button one for the submit button, update button, and one for the cancel button. So cancel the editing. Let me copy this Yes, why to write the same things again and again? Just make it and change the logic here. This one is the uh, update, and this one is for the cancel. Now on cancel, I have to normalize the whole the UI. For that, const not used, const handle cancel editing, const handle add, and this is an arrow function. It set the adding text by empty string and set the id to the null, and this call here means on the cancel button click, it calls this handle cancel edit. Let's see here, edit, update or cancel, cancel, update or cancel, cancel. Perfect. Now it looks good. I also give some styling to this also. Edit input here, edit input what to give that styling? Yes, dot edit inp, and here background is the none because I did not want any background, and border is also 1 pixel. Border bottom, border is 1 pixel solid, and the black one, and give the outline none. It takes, okay, give the border entirely none, and outline also none. Okay, and color, text color here is the black, is the already is black, but for make sure, and increase the font size by 18 pixel, and also give the flex 1 so it takes the whole width, and give the border bottom 1 pixel solid, and the black one, and also give the border bottom the radius, right radius to the 5 pixel. Now looks good. And also this update button, and this, where is update button? Yes, this is the update btn. For that, dot update btn, and here the margin left is the 5 pixel. Make it more by, let's say, 10 pixel. Now looks good. Now let's come to the logic part of this. When we call this, when we click on this update button here, if you see, this is working fine. Means when we click on this update button, how these values change. For that, I need is something that make a new function, handle submit update, and this take a value todo.id. Now let's make here inside this, just right here, const handle the form submit, not this submit, it's update. It's an arrow function. Yes, this is the handle form submit or update. handle submit update. Okay, now works good. Now on click of this, and this take the to do ID also, to do ID. And first I have to check whether the editing text is the empty or not. If write the note operator, if the editing text dot trim is empty or not. If it is empty, just return this. Else, and now let's come to the to do app. Here I have to make a new function for the updating the value, and for that const handle update to do. This take the two values, to do ID and updated text. Why to do ID? To do ID is for the filter out that to do and update the text for that. Now let set to do list. Again same, it's pass the previous to do list. For the safe case, we can also write normal one, but for the safe case I am just writing previous to do list dot map. It's map the single to do at a time, and first I have to check whether this to do ID is equal to this one. If it is, then spread the to do and change the text to the updated text. Else give the normal to do. What happened to this? Okay, I have to again. What happened? Not here. I think some bracket issues from here. Logic is correct. Yes, now it's work. So here, whenever I get this handle update to do, I need the two things: to do ID and updated text. And I call this setter function set to do list. First, it renders the to do one by one, and whenever I make a condition ternary operator by using the ternary operator, whether to do dot id is equal to do id, means that to do id, if it is, we spread that to do and update the text by updated text. Else give the normal to do here. There is no issue. Now let's on pass into the component update to do. Here I have to give the handle update to do, and inside this to do list retrieve this value here on update to do, and inside this handle submit update we means call this and on update to do, pass the two values to do id and the editing text. And after passing this, just make sure to set editing text to the empty and set this editing to the null. So let's try to see here. Let me refresh this first. And this one is equality. I am making 78964. Press the update button. What happened? Cannot read the undefined the to-do list 28. Let's debug this to-do list at the 28. 28, yes. Cannot read properties of undefined reading map. Why I have the values in this to-dos? Here is the to-do list. I am retrieving the value or not here. First I have to console this to-dos, console all of to-dos. I am getting the value here. QWERTY ASTS means normal one, and I am able to delete also, means after refreshing so nothing comes here. So what happened to this? 643, add to do, QWERTY, add, perfect. Now what happened? First move back to this. When I call this submit button, okay, I did. Where is it? Yes, I have to take out the values here. When I get this value, what value comes here? Console.log, editing text and editing to do ID. I get the value here is 70964. This one is I select yes. If I make it 30 means this one is fine. Now what happened is okay, no issue with that. On handle submit, whether the editing text or trim is the this one is for the just check. Now let's go to the on update to do into this to do app. Something is the misplaced here because in the to do list I did not find anything special. Now previous to do list dot map, it takes the to do at a single time and it check whether to do ID is equal to the to do ID or not. Then it spread the to do and text values updated text. Else we pass the normal to do. Then where is the issue with that? I checked it and I paused the video actually recording. So I checked where is the issue. And do you know where is the issue? A smaller issue. I already tell you just a moment ago, and this one. And the issue is this curly braces. Just this curly braces, and let's make it to the round bracket. Okay. Yes, now it's working fine. Now let's try to this 1 2 3 4 5 6 and update. I get the value because the curly braces, whenever we write the curly braces we have to return the value. This is the rule in JavaScript, and when we do not use the curly brace, just return the value. Even I just tell you here in this input to do while entering the list here, means we have to not use the curly braces here. This is the main point here, main point of the error. You cannot able to get this error even after means writing many consoles. So this is the main point of the error using the curly braces. So now I am able to write, I am able to delete, I am able to edit. So let's see, 5 p.m. HR meeting, add new to do created, perfect. 3 liter milk, add, perfect. 5 a.m. walk, perfect. I am able to delete also even after not this, after refreshing this is nothing comes. So let's say instead of HR meeting I am say team meeting and update the button. Now what happened? I think I again did this or what? Nothing. This is just a normal type. Nothing is means everything is okay. Like here, instead of HR, I said This is a team meeting. Update. This is a team meeting. Instead of 5 a.m., I want to go to 6 a.m. Update. This is a 6 a.m. now. Edit. Cancel. Everything is working fine here. So this is the our to-do list app using this React.js. And let me go through the one more time here inside this app. So this is our main point, app.jsx file. In the app.jsx, I only have the heading tag and a to-do app. This to-do app component, this to-do app has the main core of this complete program, this software. This contains the function of the handle add to do, handle delete to do, handle update the to do. Means everything is in this to do app. And and also I have two component. I am dividing this complete as software in two component: to do list, to do input. To do input has only one thing: the form. The form has only the input field and the button. Input field, normal class for the CSS, and it has the value const input value. Set the input value by on changing event, and on submit I am call this handle form submit, and first event dot prevent default for not reloading the page, and edge case for checking the value basically. Then I create a new to do object here for by using this id and a text. Id is for the useful for rendering the UI in the array map array, and also for the editing and deleting. Now where to submit, I make a new function here, const handle add to do. In this first I make this to do list in this to do app, and the value this to do list takes from the local storage dot get item, and key here is the to dos. And initially when we have nothing, for that we have rendering the based on the condition. If store to dos have something, then give the store to dos, else give the blank array. And inside this means our to do list is an array. So inside this handle add to do, I call this setter function. In this setter function, for the safe case, I am using the previous value method, and inside this first I spread the whole array, and then add the new to do in this. And in this one is for the adding the to do, and I also pass this handle add to do inside this to do component as a props, and I retrieve this on add to do, and I pass this new to do into this function, and this function take the value and add the new to do inside this to do list. So after the adding, how to set the means refresh the page. For that I have a useEffect hook in the React. In the useEffect hook, it runs when something is changed or page is reload. For in this case, it takes a function, arrow function, and then dependency array in last. This dependency array runs when something is changed, means something change, like here to do list is changed. Whenever this to do list change, either delete, either add, either update, this useEffect run. This useEffect runs, and inside this I am just set the value of to dos and this to do list. So means instead of writing every time local storage or stat item, I'm using this useEffect. Now comes to the rendering part. I have a to do list component. Inside this I am just pass the to do list by in the component, and here I am todos.map, and the paragraph tag and the button for the edit and delete. On delete I am give the to do id, and again this same one, and the handle delete to do it in the to do app, and I means filter out that id based, I filter out that to do based on the id and set the to do list. And whenever this to do list change, this useEffect runs and our list is updated. Same for the updated handle update to do inside this component, And inside this I have first I render all the values, all the to-dos basically, means previous to-do.map, and every time I check whether the to-do.id is equal to to-do id or not. And this function takes the to-do id and update the text to-do id for the finding that element, finding that to-do for updating. And whenever I get the that to-do, I spread that to-do in the object and change the text by text field by updated text, else just give the normal to-do. And here also, whenever I click on the edit button, it takes the value of the editing text and set editing to do id, means both the values I select. And while rendering, I just make the input value and the two buttons as usual, and input values take the editing text, and on change this editing text setter function calls. And this setter function calls and it takes the value here, means whenever either I have two options, either click means cancel or update. When I click on the cancel button, it makes the normal one, so editing id empty and editing to do id null. And when I call this click on this update button, I first check whether this editing id.trim has something, means any white space, then return, else call this on update to do and it's come from the to-do app as usual and make it normal one. So this is how this to-do list app work in this React. So in this project we learn how to break UI into the component to-do app, to-do input, to-do list, and manage the state in the parent component in this one, because everything is managing in this main component, and pass the data and function using the props here, like handle to do, add to do, delete to do, update to do, and to do list here, and store data using the local storage, as we already see. If this video helped you understand the React logic a little better, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, it really helps. You will find the source code and resource link in the description, so feel free to explore and modify it on your own. And remember, don't rush React, understand the flow, write the notes, build this step by step. I will see you in the next video.